Good afternoon, all. Welcome to week 7. As you know, the semester is coming quickly to an end. We only have 1.5 weeks left in the semester. So the focus this week, of course, is the team projects. Basically, through this process, you've been fleshing out an organization, you've been fleshing out an outline. Now it's time to really drill down into the specifics and the topics. Be sure that you look at 5 areas of risk, and then from the areas, look at 2 specific risks within that each area. That you already have a glimpse of in your prior homework for week 5. Be sure to look at some of the categories like financial, operational, customer, those kind of things. And then for each one, you don't have to do it on all 10 risks, but at least flesh out 3 or 4 of the risks to identify specifically the risks, the impact, the likelihood, and the potential mitigation, and the risk owner. That you want to flesh out in your description and your analysis in a more detail. Be sure to support the information that you provide, your opinions, your assumptions. Detail and support is going to be very important. You can't say we're going to monitor the risk. Say specifically what the risk is, what's its impact, what's the likelihood, what are some of the alternatives that we have to mitigate that risk, and which department is going to own that risk. For example, if you say we're going to have some training, be very specific about what type of training that you're going to have. Is it sensitivity training? Is it diversity training? Is it safety training? When are you going to have it? How long the classes are going to be? And what are the goals for the training? And how are you going to measure the effectiveness of the training afterwards? So along those lines, you have the project plan, you have a good outline. Now this week you really have to focus on drilling down to very specific information. So if you have any questions, just send me an email, and your project's going to be about 5 to 8 pages long. It's usually about 500 to 800 words per student is how that usually works out to. If you've had people leave the team, you can leave out their part of the team. It won't affect your grade. If you were focusing on, let's say, 5 risk areas and they had one of them, go ahead and drop that risk area. So you're not responsible for completing the work for the students who aren't there. Just make sure you drill down very specifically on a couple of the risk items that provide you an opportunity to write 500 to 800 pages on 500 to 800 words on each risk per student. So with that, have a good week, and I will see you online. And thanks for some great discussions. You can clearly see from the discussions and the homework that your understanding of the concepts have come a long way. Also, be sure to review the objectives for each week, and when you write your paper, relate and write your questions and your answers in terms of the context of the learning objectives. It's important that you can articulate the language and the technical terms of risk management and demonstrate that you understand those objectives and those concepts. That's some of the things that I'll be looking for in the paper. As you've already seen in my feedback, no fancy exploitation of grandiosity and words that aren't really necessary. Just keep it at an academic level, keep it focused, and keep it very specific and well supported. Have a great day, and I will see you online.